Hello, greetings, adventurers, and welcome to another Monday Maps with me, MadDrRob. Uh, Happy New Year. It's been about a month since I've seen all of you. It's fantastic to have you here. Thanks for joining us. Uh, it is Monday, January 20th. Happy Martin Luther King Day. And that's it. That's all. That's what we got for today. Um, but yeah, happy to be here. That's couple of things. We'll get through all the announcements before we hop into this new map. Of course, I have a sketch. I'll get into the sketch in a bit. I don't know if you can see it. Maybe you can see it. Maybe not. It's okay. We'll figure it out. But announcements. Later this week, MagFest. If you will be at MagFest, Obsidian Brews has a panel. Yeah, that's right. The OB squad will be out there at MagFest. If I remember correctly, it is Saturday at 7 p.m. in the Riverside Ballroom, Panel Room 1. That's the secondary building where all the tabletop games are in the back, Panel Room 1. So come hang out with us. Come for the panel. Give you some cool new things that were going on for us, and also our views on state of tabletop in the world. Also, now I've had the pleasure of working with Apocalyptic Unlimited. They are working on putting together a Black History Month celebration during the month of February. I know that they have a sign up for players that I think is closing soon. It's closing very soon, probably around 10 or 11 tonight. So go check either my social or check my Blue Sky or check Apocalyptic or any of the members of Apocalyptic Unlimited. Check their socials, and you can find that player form there. I think the spots are running out, but hey, maybe you can hop in on the last couple. That would be dope. I don't think I got much else in terms of announcements. As always, I have to thank the wonderful Bay in the chair doing our director of production, making sure we look good, sound good, smell good, and all the good stuff out here so we can make this productions happen. Honestly, we'd be sunk without them. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. But yeah, I think we can hop right into it. As I said, I do have my sketch here. This one I actually made during Big Bad Con, actually. Having a conversation with a couple awesome folks out there. Based off of a previous map that we've done. Sort of had another inkling of an idea on how we can make this kind of expand on the world that we started to build together. So if you remember our original arena, this would be the second round. So what we're gonna do is sort of hop right into it, and of course, with your help, we'll be able to make this map come to life. Today I'll be using Dungeon Draft with assets by Forgotten Adventures and Tom Kartos. Dungeon Draft, awesome program to build all your maps if you like to build fantasy battle maps. Dungeon Draft's good stuff. Sometimes I use Incarnate. They make a lot of great stuff. If you're able to go get that, go do it. Forgotten Adventures and Tom Kartos make a lot of great assets that you can use for your fantasy battle map needs. Go check them out on the interwebs, and if you want them, go use them. They don't pay me to say that. I just know that, they're good stuff. But hey, if you know them and they will pay me to say that, we can make that happen. So, I think we'll just dive into it. As you see, we have a blank slate. This one's kind of big. It's a 30 by 30, but we're gonna start filling in a lot of the space here. The map itself it's only 25 by 25. think. 10, 15, 20. Yeah, about 25 by 25. But we're gonna fill in a bunch of this space. So first little bit, and then we're gonna start similar to our last one. So I'm gonna put in the seating. Sort of was checking this earlier, a little bit earlier. So we're going to do some like the similar stone seating that we had before, sort of keep the theme we were going with last time, and sort of put these massive, let's turn the shadows off, stone seats in the corner. We know these will be the limits of the full map. And the stands. Now actually I'm gonna back these up a little bit. We're gonna put these on the like 900 layer. These are gonna go all the way up. Everything else will be below this. We may change that, but everything else will below this. And so we would know if you wanted to use this map, these would be like the stands where people would be sitting and watching and yelling as the arena battle gets underway. We're also going to sort of go back into our objects. And we're going to start to mark out our stuff. So I do like the administration globe. We're going to start just marking some stuff out. First thing we do, we sort of find our point. So that's 5.5. I need 5.30. 30.30. And 5.30. So that's going to be the extents of the actual ring itself. And then let's give ourselves an entrance. So 17. Yeah, let's not go that far. Let's go down. Let's go down 2. As always, if you have any questions about the maps I'm making, while I'm making it, feel free to drop a message in the chat and we can chat and discuss. I'm glad to answer any questions. Yeah, sometimes if you stay too far zoomed out, it will not grab everything properly. So you try to move everything inside. But yeah, it's just like sketching on paper, so you just try to... One, 2, 3, 4, 5. Cool. 3. Very good. So that will grab the general outline of our map, but we are going to get a couple more points on here. So we're going to still go along this 5-1. Got that one. We're going to shoot for 20. And 15. Cool. We've sort of ringed this area. And we'll just start dropping stuff in and see what comes out. First, I'm gonna try to put. I was gonna start with the wall, but I think I'm gonna start with. Yeah, we'll start. I'm gonna do our outer wall. Let's see what's a good one. Do we still have the lean walls? If not, if they don't look great, I'll just use a yeah, so we'll just use them from the path. That's fine. Oh yeah, Forgotten Adventures has put in a lot of new things, and they got like they're doing a whole like gore fest right now, so like sinewy stuff, and it looks all gross. Yeah, it's cool though. It's real cool, but it's gross. Like, this is brain matter. It's gross. It's gross, but it's really cool. I really like it. Maybe I'll think of some other stuff for those items. There we go. We'll make it easy on ourselves. Trying to find these lean walls. Okay, so we're gonna change the width to like right. Yeah, let's just do 2. Yeah, because they're definitely got some cool, creepy stuff going on. And honestly, I had another idea a while ago that I wasn't fully able to execute because I didn't have the cool stuff for it. And like, maybe, I think we may have a way to do it. Oh, I made one mistake. Forgot to turn off my smoothness. If you don't turn off smoothness, you'll get those nice smooth curves, which, while they look great, aren't always what you're looking for. You sort of want to put them in yourself if you can. And there we go. What to do is just take that whole path that we just made, we'll move it up to like 7. We'll move it up real high so that we can differentiate it from other things. Cool. We'll do it for this other side. It looks like I missed the grab, so I'm just going to hit backspace, and it brings me back to the last place I was. To make these smooth curves, you just hold down the Shift key. And if you miss it, just hit backspace, you'll be alright. Cool. That's a good look for sort of like the border of a picture, but also like this, that's the edge of the stands, and like there's clearly going to be an overhang here, so like it gets a cool look going with it. Now I'm going to start putting in some of the patterns that we want to use. Metal panels, yeah. going to start actually some familiar metal panels. I'm going to put these below water so we can make it easy to use stuff. Uh, so we can get that. Looks actually not bad. And I was going to throw it at a wall, but I think I may do another path. It's going to be on... I think the below water layer. Just because it's going to be underneath. I sort of want the floor that we're going to put to sort of blend in with it in certain spots. I'm going for a nice blue color. Except it's, horrible certamorph wall blue. Yay! Everyone liked that, right? Yes? Yes? Yeah, everyone liked that. So at 2, that's kind of big. And I may have to, yeah. So because of the way this wall works, or this path works, I can sort of show you over here. If I put it on the line, you'll see it takes up half of the actual space on the pathway, which is fine, but not really what I'm looking for. So I'm gonna start back in like the middle of the next one, just so it doesn't take up too much, but also overlaps, so you get the actual look we're trying to go for. This one may be a little tricky, but we can always adjust it as we go. But I'm going to use this to ring the edge. If that doesn't work, I may actually use the smoothness on it. Yeah. I'm going to go straight. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to have to raise that, raise this pattern on the floor up to 1, or I just drop this down a little bit further. That's okay. Unintended consequence. That's all right. Yeah, that's horrible. I like it. So let's switch to the pattern. We're gonna have to bring this up to the 100 layer. And so we may just use a different pattern around it as a different type of wall. But we'll have to show that transition there. But that's okay. We can make that work. Yeah, so what we're going to do next, this was just to give us some extra depth, and I'll show you how to do that with some shadow. But what we got, let's try this Ceramorph Wall Blue. If we don't like the blue, we may change it a little bit. Let's put this at 4. Yeah, see, some of these sit in weird spots. It's not really it's just how they were made. some of them don't fully work for the intended purpose. Um, okay. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna again drop some more points for ourselves, and we're gonna start adding in some features. Like we normally do. I think this is 400 layer. We're gonna start adding in some stairs. I know I'm doing this one a bit different than I normally do, but meh, it happens. Some of them just when you're building some of these, you just want to be careful on how they come together. Yeah. That one seems a bit easy to figure out. Of course, get some stairs for an entrance. And then I'm gonna have these are like double stairs. Let's get either a double stair 2 or double stair 1. So what I'm gonna do, sometimes I need to make sure I'm wrapping I'm on the right line. Note that line. This line. And see how it looks. I think maybe I only want these don't always sit the way we want to. We'll start with this, and then we'll remap it. Yeah, we'll start with that, then remap it, see how it looks with some of the other items. I was gonna do this straight with the walls, but since the walls look a little don't always sit the way we want them to. We'll wing it and then we'll wing it in construction and then fit the walls to the actual plan. These are 400. Yet again, make sure the shadow is on the downside. For what I'm talking about, you can see the shadow down here versus up top. So there, yeah. And there's another couple pieces that we need to do. There's need a good, like, yeah, good cracked stone. And this we have to find 1515. Oh, found it. Actually, this is a 3 by 3. right there. Color may change. And we're gonna write this one down so we remember it. X. I said A106. And this one actually may not. I'm gonna make it a lighter color and then break it later. Yeah. Some small stairs. This actually starting to look interesting. So yeah, let's see. Let's try to go back to these walls, see if we can find a good wall that looks sort of fits the aesthetic. If not, because originally I was thinking on doing like the Ceramorph walls, but I think I just want to use that for the roundness of a platform. And maybe have this have a more natural terrain to it, or the lower parts, because this is actually split into a couple of different sections. Let me go break out my globe of truth again. Boom. So you can clearly see our outer section, our main arena. As you see, the stairs are going down, so we have a lower arena. And this piece here is actually mobile. It's actually going to be able to go up and down. And possibly move. Like, flip, which would be kind of cool. But I think if we do that, and we turn the ground here, and these outer quadrants into some type of natural terrain, I think that would be cool. And keep the cool dichotomy of having like somewhat semi-industrial in the middle, stone, like, or in your major portion, stone on top, stone in the actual center, and then like grass and other types of materials outside of that. That sounds interesting. We're gonna go with it and then see what happens. So with that, we can start with our patterns. So we had sort of a metal. So let's keep that general feel. Actually, we'll keep this general feel. Go with our points. can't quite. Let's see if I got it. Boom. We are successful. So we got this metal portion here. And then let's go. Let's see what we got. If we ever get a little, you need some time to think. Sometimes it's good to just put swatches down. I like that one. That's not bad. It's not, it's not full grass, but it's also not like stone. Actually, that's kind of cool. Let's try it. Let's give it a shot. And we'll break it up with like the walls and things like that. What we're gonna use. Always turn these in different directions. It's not going for this particular instance, it doesn't really change anything. But yeah, this is the one area I really wish they would swap over to the other side with the bigger menu. Yeah. Yeah, that's honestly like scaling is always the hardest part about this. Like when you're, especially when the walls don't line up the right way, you're like, oh, okay, I should use like these stairs. Like, oh, I want to make the walls thicker, but not too thick. But so maybe this stair should be like a one set stair, but I can never tell, so I just sort of have to lay stuff down and see what works. And that's the best part. Just find the hardest part, which sounds lame, but just throw stuff down and then fix it if you can. If you're working with something that's permanent, take a little bit more time, do some tests beforehand. But if you can wing it and sort of see how it looks, that looks actually pretty cool. Then yeah, sometimes just throw something on the page, throw something on the canvas, see what happens, and then adjust accordingly. But I'm thinking our idea of breaking up the metal industrial feel with more natural looks or natural paved things may come out to help us. So save. Don't forget to save. Oh yeah, you may wonder why I haven't finished putting in the background. It's because I had an idea. I was gonna give us some more spacey vibes. Again, we're still in the vacuums of space. Oh yeah. So yeah, all the creepy, fleshy looking stuff. I told you it was weird. They got it. It looks great. Nope. they are working on all of these, making them more accessible and easier to find. Ah, there they are. I think we're gonna go with A02. We went with A01 for the first one. I think to denote the change, we have to either go full different color or like different vibe. So yellow looks a little wonky, and this for the walls we're using, the magenta doesn't quite hold. But what we can do is start with this dark purple and then like sprinkle in some of the other colors within it to make it look pretty dope. Yeah. See, we started with nothing. Now we got something that looks, at the very least, interesting. Oh yeah, they definitely need to work on the naming conventions for all of the things. I am slightly worried. I think Forgotten Adventures is will soon be putting out a new arrangement, so stuff's gonna start moving. But honestly, whatever version of the stuff that you use from them, it's good stuff. So, but hopefully, better arranged, faster, easier to load. I'll take it. Oh, I don't need items yet. I'm going to select these paths, the ones that I have coming up from the diagonals. I don't need these anymore. And these. So this is what we're talking about. We're like sort of see how stuff looks. Like a rocky outcropping type of thing. Actually, I think that looks kind of cool. The only trouble is that we're gonna have is the coloration. A lot of the colors are very similar. So what we're gonna have to do is fully accentuate these with shadows, like get a clear like black shadow underneath it so that you can see the difference between the two. But that's very easily doable. But if we think this looks decent in theory, we can go put that to the test. First thing we're going to do is go over to another one and give it a shot. Oh, too dark. So if we take the path and go grow. Break. We start same place. Oops. And then we can accent this with the railings and sort of show the railings going down into where we need to go. So it's not bad. If we need to change it, we can do so. But we have a decent direction. Yeah, we'll start with that. Paths are at 400. I'm gonna drop these down to 300. Just so I can lay shadows on top of those to make them, again, feel more accurate. Since that worked, I'm going to take that out. So. Let's try. Idea. I'm gonna try it. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. Shrink out here. And of course, if it doesn't fully match up, you can just take the snap off and make it look good. We'll give a different overall wall for this. Yeah, what we'll do. Start with the snap and then. Just make sure this looks fine. There we go. Cool. So yeah, this actually is working out. pretty interestingly. For joining us over here at City Brews. We appreciate you. If you have any questions, feel free to throw it in the chat. I'm glad to answer any questions you may have. Or just talk about map stuff. It's always fun. Really appreciate you. And we are creating pretty much a round 2 for our original arena map. Let's see. I'm just taking a quick look at some of the things we've got. A lot of these like huge cliffs. Maybe just make a wedge. Ooh. Let's take a look. Oh, yeah, shrinking back down. It's not the Shadow Realm exactly, but it's not that. Hey, if you can be Yugi. Yeah, okay. So, yes, the floor is a bit ominous. But as long as you can stand on it, is fine, right? The space part now, you'll just float forever and be eliminated from the tournament. So be careful. Yeah, alright. So here I have an idea. We are going to wind up making another set of places to go. Well, another level change. Because fundamentally, this platform here is higher than your main area. I'm going to give people somewhere to sort of funnel down into. So a lot of stairs on this one, but I think we had a bunch of teleportation pads on the other one, so looks like we're walking. We will keep these on the 400 layer. So as I said before, patterns. Bring that to the 100 layer. We'll just build on top of that. What we're gonna do. Oh, had an idea. Just I know I mentioned before, these colors look very similar. Luckily for us, we have a lot of these like undercliff things. Same with the spikes, these extra stones. What you can do is always make them big and put them right underneath the edge of something. If you have this, and you see just that addition of stones changes the look of it. It makes it saves it from looking like a sort of flat thing to there's additional texture there. But these rocky vertical cliffs, I think, are what I'm looking for. So what I'm gonna do, keep the 2. Room shrink. Uh-oh, this is good. This is starting to look cool. This is starting to look cool. Yeah. Yep. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna change our initial idea. Well, not fully. Put a pattern, edit points. Point. And we're just gonna extend it all the way out. So now you can see that whole area there. I'm gonna do the same thing over here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Take your center. Take your center. Cool. That does is allows us to now go back and repattern it. Yeah, that's cool. So we're gonna work from this upper flagstone area down to this metal platform built on top of this rock down to more flagstone so we can cascade off. So it sort of breaks up the look of everything, and it sort of changes up how the how this flows. But we're at this point, I think we're got our basic structure. So I think we can take out the guiding spheres. Yo, Sphinx. How's it going? We are currently building, well, if you remember our previous arena that we make, we are building round 2. Hope you are doing well. Happy New Year. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Be out here. Now, these paths I put in over here, so I had them sort of dead end in here. I'm going to start to tuck them underneath just to sort of keep them out of the way. So, yo. Is it freezing for everybody else? Because it's freezing up here in New York. It's cold out here. I don't like it. Let's switch paths. Yeah, I'm gonna switch this path up like what? How? It's Louisiana. It's supposed to be warm out there. Why is it snowing? Tell it to stop. let's hit this pattern. So this pattern we make, we're going to bring it up a level. We're going to bring it up to a higher level than we normally do. So we'll bring this up to 300. We're going to do the same thing for the other side. Specifically so that we can tuck things underneath it. This wall here, we're going to try to wrap underneath. If it doesn't work, we'll bring it up to 4 and yet again wrap underneath. Yeah, okay. Oh, I forgot to bring this back down. That's why. So, bring it out to probably about here. Then actually, do those. Redo that. What I'm gonna do, I had a different idea. Delete that point and that point back. The fighting platform, actually, okay. If you're asking how high the full platform is above space, if you go out into the purple, you're not coming back. You are eliminated from the tournament. The center platform from the flagstone down here, probably about 10 to 15 feet. From where you enter the arena down, probably about 10 feet. So I'm actually going to, my idea, well, I like what I did here. I'm actually going to redo that, sort of. I think I'm still going to go on like 300 layer. With the shrink row. Nope. We're going to keep it. None to none, but yeah, we keep the smoothness on so it wraps all the way around. Excuse me. Get it down this path. It should be on the 200 layers, so it's underneath there. So yeah, we're saying that this platform is higher than the rest of it. There are a couple little tricks I have to do now. So I'm going to bring this to the front. And hardly noticeable now. But I'm going to now get this path, and this path. Bring it up to 400. So you could sort of start to see the diamond, and then edit the points of the path so that they don't show. And there you go. So it's some of this we can send that to back. Yeah, it is what it is. That may do. If that doesn't work, you can always just build it the way we originally did 1.2. Yeah, well, we tried to do it a cool way, but had a better idea, so we'll do it this way. Alright, cool. Filter. This. Now, honestly, we may swap these out for this this type of cliff here anyway. Now that we found what we're looking for, put it. Sometimes it just doesn't hit the corner, so that's fine. We'll make work close enough. And only other thing I would say we do is make sure this doesn't happen. Snap to these points. Snap. Yeah, this is old warped rock that's been just snapped out of space. Snap. Wrap the center. Same thing here. Yeah. Hey, oh, kind of cool. I do want to see something. You know what? I like the sheerness of this. So what we're gonna do, I'm gonna try it again. Nope, not big enough. Yeah, the sheerness of these cliffs make it a little bit more perilous than the roundness of the other one. So we're gonna switch it up. it in a little bit, just to even up the look. If I'm not mistaken, that's on 3. This path's on 4, so we can put something on the 400 layer underneath, and it'll shadow over everything. Let's make sure we're yes. Yeah. See, these had not been changed, so we'll change them back. Put another point there. Then yeah, cool. So now we got ourselves an overall arena. I think we're doing pretty cool. So you can't just have a regular old arena. That's not fun. If it's just like I could see you from over there, I'll just hit you with the whatever. So let's throw in some obstacles and then some goals. So I'm gonna. It's very this one's very symmetrical, just because I thought this wouldn't be less. This is less of a kill box and more of a tactics game. But you'll see as I start to build some of this stuff out. I started to build some of this stuff out different a little bit ago, right? The last one. There's tons of boxes and crates and stuff, but they don't build. They don't really have the right look and feel that we're going for. Crates or something? You can always build our own. Yeah. So I think we're gonna sort of match some of this with the old one. That requires a different type of flooring. So let me get my points right. Here, here, here. Let's see. Wait, we're at 21:10. Oh, we're a little close. Okay. Yeah, we'll do with these rusty crates for right now. And one of the things, this is just a trick you can always use. Just because it's a pattern and would typically be used for floor doesn't mean you can't make elevation with it. As always, it's just how you use the shadows and the other things you got to make it to give it that solid nature. So what I was thinking is going off of this line here. 1, 2. Yeah, that's where it came in a lot. 17. Let's go 16. Yeah. And then I'm going to grab these black ones. Sort of make similar as same X. It's fine. And underneath these, sort of giving a different underneath tone for each of these. But you can sort of see that they're kind of transparent right there. But yeah, so these are right now looks super flat. Yeah, again, I typically don't do this till the end, but make sure we show you how we're going to do it. We're going to need our step tool. And so on the 200 layer, what we're going to do is outline one box. We're going to take off the smoothness. I'm going to undo this one as well. Path. And then, actually, I gotta do this one more time, sorry. What we're gonna do is outline all of the stuff in a, actually, I just have to make that width bigger when we outline the whole thing, right? And you just put it at the 100 layer. Now, if you combine that with like a light shadow, that's way too far. Haha. Let's do shadow path a half 40 at like 2 on the 200 layer. We've just built ramps up to a new layer. Like, so what was just a pattern on the floor now looks like stacked boxes. So that's something you can always do. I don't love that look. I have to. Oh, I know what to do. I know how to get that out. So the path here, and like this path here, could sort of stack that way. If you wanted to have it, just show it's sloped. Path tool. Yeah, let's shadow path 40. So there you go. Now you have a sloped walkway running up to a set of boxes. So this is now high ground. All of that from a couple of paths. Shadows will change the world. And I actually like that better than my initial design of having more stairs. So we're gonna stick with that. That was actually pretty cool. Let's make a couple more of these actually. Yeah, let's see if we can. No, because it'll be a little tricky. But do the same thing on the other side. Honestly, yeah, if you can harness the shadows, you will be good. These guys. Oops, these were all supposed to be on the 200 layer. Thanks. That is exactly the lesson. And as we did before, we're gonna 100 layer, drop the bottoms. Do a shinier here. Instead of no. Oddly enough, we're gonna turn that at 45 degrees. Yeah. And we'll repeat what we just did. Do I remember exactly what we just did? No. That's okay. Right. Okay, so we're gonna start here. Yeah, it's not. The reason why I'm doing that is to make sure this outer wibbly wobbly step actually hits the crack, so it sort of shows what we're looking for. At 100. Do the whole thing. Probably shadow half 840. Oh, 200. And it may change. We may put that down to like 1. I'm thinking in this one this one's probably going to be a 4-on-4. So as we start getting into why I'm building it this way. This is a 4-on-4 battle, fundamentally. And you'll notice I put some markers in these lower portions, and I did that for a reason. This is very similar to capture the flag, or those battles where you have to like push button, light up a whole bunch of different things in your team's color. So holding territory versus capturing territory. And so it's fundamentally, let me show the sketch again. The map itself is, I don't know if you can see it, is fundamentally easy. So it's like, oh, there's lots of clear paths and things you can do. But if you don't utilize your surroundings correctly or use tactics correctly, you're gonna lose the battle. And so this is one where you can have a lot of fun as both the player, like for your like tactic-based players, and your tactic, and if you are the GM like running tactical things, you can sort of mess with your players a lot and go, oh, here's how you can utilize these types of things to make it use the terrain to your advantage. That's really what we're working on. Like here's cool terrain pieces. Oh, this one's too big. Here's some cool terrain. Here's how you can use that cool terrain to your advantage to make it turn out better than you thought it was going to. Honestly, telekinesis would be very helpful in this particular situation. Which would this go? Okay. I may put my shadows on backwards. Yes, I did put my shadows on backwards. Shadow pack, AHAF 20. Yes, I realized I had put my shadows on backwards. When you want to show an incline, the darkness is in the bottom. So to get this part at the level, but this will be the higher point, and you would shadow that. So I realized I put my shadows at the top, which isn't correct. I have to put it at the bottom. It seems very dark. Oh, right, because it's it'll work. Yeah. So you have to run up the boxes to get to these top things here. And just that little shadow may change the whole look of all this. So we've got a couple more that we're going to try to do. Some of these are easier pattern shapes, some of them are not. So from here. And these actually, what I'm gonna do, let me try to build one of these off on the side here and see if I can make it a full thing. 200. Make that. Boom. Grab this. Drop it down to 100. Boop, boop, boop. There you go. I'm gonna take step. I'm gonna zoom in real close for this. Actually, I'm going to, so y'all can see what I'm doing. I'm gonna change the terrain just so we can see what we're looking at, and then change it back. On the 200 layer. Same whole thing. Filters, we're going to turn off the paths and the pattern. So we can grab all of this. I'm going to make a prefab under box 1. Accept. And then what we're going to try to do, go to our prefabs, go to metal box 1, and see what happens. Oops. All right, it did not grab the path. So, happens. Try it one more time. No, it didn't make it prefab, but I can always copy it. So when in doubt, make sure you can copy. What we're gonna do, highlight all this. Well, I can just paste one of them. No. Wait. Okay. And right now that we have it up, we can start dropping. Boxes all over the place. Makes our job a little easier, but also what we can do is when we start dropping boxes, we can change a couple things about them. So if we wanted to change the look of some of these. Or just a dark one. Yeah, you can try to change it to some of these darker colors. I think we'll stick with the silver and rust color. Back to the side. Cool. Got some boxes. Now it's gonna create. Bring our terrain back to. Not space to be space out. We need to. There's a lot of line of sight right here in the middle, which I don't love. So I'm going to start trying to build some more stuff. And a lot of this. Ooh, that's brilliant. Like walls of fire just shooting out at random intervals. Yeah, all right. Okay. I like this. I think I know what we're going to do. Switching gears. So give me altars? No. It's too big. I need pillars or pedestals. Yeah, they are. Let's see. Thanks, since this was your idea, would you like the earthy stone, red rock, sandstone, or slate? Or volcanic, actually. Probably. I have ideas. Slate? That. So we're gonna get this stone slate. We're gonna get these brass ones. So I'm gonna first have to take out the filter. Take out guides. I'm gonna put in these stone pillars. And those are at 400, but that's okay. I think they're going to be at 3. Could drop those all down to 300. And then we're going to go to magical items. I'm going to look for orbs. Yeah, this will do. Yeah. Let's get more. I think that's a brilliant idea. And we're going to use these pillars to section off portions of this. Oh, yeah, that'd be sick. Okay, cool. I dig it. That is 100% going to be a thing. I am looking for something. Oh, I need to do the exact same thing, just lower. So same pillars, but we're going to use a different color this time. We're going to offset versus this. Drop pillars are kind of lame, not gonna lie. These are just broken, so we're gonna go with back to the dwarven pillars. Sort of, yeah, these earthy pillars. Well, as we know, we already drew the lines. Exactly. Yes, that's why I really like it. Like making like crosses throughout the battlefield. Like even if it's sectioned off at like a course, like half of it or quarters, or if you want to run lines or something like that, we could do that. I'm thinking of other places to put them. But yes, we're going. I think we are going to. Yeah, we need the earthier ones. Yeah, we'll move them over in a second. Actually, no, make it dangerous. We gotta go to the edge. Yeah. So the capture points. As I said before, this is kind of a capture the flag-esque turn your lights the certain color type of event. Like the swirly purple one. I like the pink one. We'll go pink. That's too close. Hitting the orbs in the corners is your ultimate goal. So having a team that's like, oh, I can easily hit the ones that are right next to me. That's easy. It's the ones that are far away that are going to be hard. So having people who can stealth and maneuver around through difficult, like without being seen, having good stealth is going to be very key in these. Alright. I think your idea if you would allow me to riff on it for a little bit, would be very cool if we made all of these sections where all these dots just make triangles that you could then just run different magic through it, and sort of taken from exactly, yeah. I will let them know. I will always let them know. I think this will be dope to literally, you can start sectionally creating different sections, going if you touch something, this triggers, you do this triggers, and it makes every move by the players impactful, and that they have to really think out what they want to do. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So I think that's going to be the plan. And I'll put shadows underneath it so it pops a little bit more. But I think the dark column with these purple crystals, it'll be different color crystals per corner, but sort of to show the magic within it, or that there is some sort of magic within it. We have purple, yellow, blue. Green it is. Honestly, exactly. It's like, oh, that's a strange thing to see. Yes, it is. What do they do? You'll see. Maybe they're friendly. They're friend shaped. Don't worry about it. Give it a hug. Yeah. Oh. Cool. Okay. I'm gonna augment my map a little bit. I'm trying to think of a cool way of doing, well, a cool design for it. I may have to put a couple things in just to make sure I got this right. Because I'm gonna say this is all recessed, so yet again, as you can see, just throwing in the shadow can fully offset what this looks like. So knowing that, okay, this drops off immediately is something could be fun, and then probably showing that these are massively tall. So I'll just put a different type of for those. If you need a good shadow, this is sort of how you show that height. You take the shadow path half 60, you make it long, give yourself a light source. So if you want to put it at the center, it's going to be straight out. So then you just draw a line corner to corner. Corner. Cool. So that would show excuse me, the height if you like put light on them and then drawing out. 10. Like if you need to make it bigger, if you make the bigger you make the width, the bigger the longer the spread of the shadow, and the more drastic it looks. Alright, I did like that. I like the look of that. But maybe the other way. So that's more raised. It may switch these around. I'm gonna keep it more pyramid-esque shaped. I just like having players really mess with the they have to struggle with the terrain, giving a little bit of something to hide behind, because you can't let if you stop your sneaky guys from being sneaky, it's no fun. Stop your rushers from being able to rush, like make it tricky for them. But yeah, make this high. If we make this high and this low, then what we can do is take this shadow path A, have 40, do something similar to what we did before. This 400 layer. So we're gonna drop that to 100. Right. I'm always a fan of my players and them doing the cool thing they wanted their character to be able to do. Even if sometimes it's to my detriment. So I try to give them cool stuff to let them do that. Yeah. What we're gonna do, to show that this is sort of sunken in, all we're gonna do is take it from this top corner and sort of start dragging it down to like just a little bit. Yeah. So that's shadowed now. It's clearly within this. And we're gonna put a little barrier down here just to make sure this people understand. You want your players to understand this is sort of a walled area. We will use I sort of want to use part of the rock, like this cliff. Keep this at like 1. Hey, what's up, house? How's it going? Thanks for joining us today. Um, right. Yeah. How's the dreams? How's it going? Hope you're having a good year so far. Happy Martin Luther King Day. Yeah, we gotta keep that at. That's actually kind of fine. We're gonna keep this below. We're gonna keep this below ground, so it sort of shows the cliff of things actually falling off. Like it's not just a. We'll put a ridged edge around the uh end of it, but then we'll uh fill it in. Glad to hear you're doing well. Hector has been very instrumental in putting together a bunch of this stuff for the Apocalyptic Unlimited Black History Month celebration. Definitely go take a look if you're able to. I know the sign up is ending soon, in like next hour or two. So if you wanted to sign up for that, go check the socials. But yeah, that's gonna be cool. Gonna be cool. It's gonna be a lot of fun. And of course, you'll get way more information about the games and what's happening as things start to pop up. So, so yeah. Okay, so this is cool. This is cool. So from Sphinx, the idea you gave me, and just sort of fixing some of the overall look. And I'm gonna let me get some stairs. You know what? We're gonna keep going with our tapping away at stuff. I decided that one, this is going to be a recessed pit, sort of showing that everything. Yeah, like this is going to be like a drop. Like we put some of the time we have to just put stuff in and use the old imagination, but this one's going to be very much like a steep drop to the middle. Sort of similar to this, where it's like, and we haven't put the railings in on any of the steps yet. But like getting down is going to be tricky, and maneuvering throughout some of these things are going to be fun. But sort of making these the sizing of the platforms kind of a problem. And honestly, that's an even better idea. Is if we're going to start utilizing cliffs, well, I'm going to keep that there. Let's start utilizing these cliffs, right? start getting some of these smaller ones. And what we'll do, gotta find the right one. And it's going to be like a mixture of this metal and this metal floor on stone. Yes! I want pitons everywhere. Literally the first thing is everyone has to make some sort of memory check to remember, like, what these pitons do and how do I use them. Oops, no. Oh yeah, okay. Yet again, we can always change. Oh, no. I had an idea and then yeah. Oh, these are smaller. I want every piton you have to get through this. Yeah, okay. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Bloop, bloop, bloop. Actually, going to backspace. Let's see why shortly. Pro shrink. Like it's a little bit too actual. Use the funkiness of the area. Yeah, use the funkiness of how this actually works. We're gonna put this on 3. Start building these things up as like sloped raised towers. I may need to make these bigger. instead of that one. Yeah. And so now, what was a flat terrain all the way across now has a raised platform that you can't see the top of that drops down lower. So yeah, this place just gets way more and more complicated. I originally had like some boxes like in this area, but I'm just gonna make it a little trickier because we still have some of this space here, which it's always nice to have some open space to fight in, but can't make it too easy to move around. So let us see what else we have. Awesome, thank you. I appreciate it. I had the beginnings of an idea. Chatting with a couple awesome folks over at Big Bad Con last year. Inspired by our last map, our last arena. So it's like, you know what? Let's go full tilt and make part 2. And then we'll see what happens if I make another part 3. Maybe like the final stage. Then who knows? We'll see what happens. Maybe we'll actually use it. Exactly. It's like I made it to the aww. Especially if you have to like grab something and bring it back somewhere. So one of my favorite things about giving this to other people is giving them ideas. So it's always fun to grab from the out and put into the center. What I'm gonna do, because now that you've given me the satisfaction of crushing defeat, is put just one pillar. Let's see. This good? Now we want something recessed. So that's my 4. Now I'm going to drop that down to 2. Never mind. Right. Yeah. What's more fun than having finally gotten the thing you were looking for and then needing to bring it back? Where is it? And set the stone from the middle back in your home base. So it makes it kind of fun where everybody has to go like chase everyone. And it becomes like a good game of tag where you can like take the things off of people. And so you give all of the different tactics for how to accomplish a trial. Instead of just giving the one, fight the monster, monster die, you win. Or fight the guy, die, you win. Like, that's not... It's fun sometimes. Sometimes. It's actually a lot of fun. But letting your players be clever and giving them the goal of what we're trying to do in the scenario, not just be beat up folks, but feel free to beat up folks, but also you're trying to do something else, but also you're trying, if you beat them up, you will win, but you actually don't have to win just by beating them up. So you get a couple different options And hey, depending on how your players play, you can get some cool RP moments. You can force, bad guys to turn code and not give up their stuff. Yeah, have fun with it. See what you can come up with. I think it's a really cool thought. Just from the, oh man, this was supposed to be easy and now it's not idea. We have this whole, like, I would say, difficulty counter. I'm going to grab this sandstone face, put it at yeah. Actually, hmm. This actually looks pretty cool. I'm gonna start finishing up the stairs while I think of if you guys have any other ideas for something that could just go as a little bit of a barrier in this area. If you guys have any, feel free to drop one in. I'm also thinking of some. Uh, right, okay. Filters, yeah. So yeah, like if the stairs were at a normal level, so these stairs super easy. Just snap to the sides. When it's on an angle, it doesn't quite snap, so gotta put them in manually. Good thing is you can adjust how you want it. So if you want wide stairs, you can put them on the outs. If you want narrow stairs, you can put them on the ends. I'm getting kind of in the middle. And then putting the banister on. All of these, the banisters give you a defined markers for how you set your shadows when you want to run them down stuff, both on the insides and outsides. Ooh, statues. Interesting. That that could be a thing. Know if you notice, but when it's on the diagonal, this isn't quite fully long enough, the banister. So another reason why the actual pillars at the end make it easier. Up. One of my favorite things, statues. We got a ton of them. I think we could do something with that. And put these on, yeah, get a couple of guys, put them on some pedestals. I dig it. I dig it. Get sandstone on one. No, that's too close to the yeah, slate's too close to the floor. Check out the red rock. And then yeah, let's do the red rock because it's most unlike our other colors. 1, 2, 3. Excuse me. Honestly, brilliant idea. I can move that like that. like a thanks. Were you thinking? Yeah, I think this will work. Now we know we can get all these big triangles, these small ones. We can run barriers around the top if we want to. We'll use these pillars. These are on 4, right? So they'll and clear signs of the hosts representing this wonderful event. What we'll do is I'm gonna break this a little bit. If we can. You come up with a good idea, you just have to try it out. Path, look at our small cliffs. Oh, these are grow strength, that's why. None. Okay, I'm gonna do another thing, but first I want to break the other side. So pattern. Figure out how to do it. When you make your shapes, just sort of grab a point, grab a second point, and you pull it to about where you want to go. This will close the circle back up, but you sort of give way, and then once it's broken to where you need it to be, you start fixing it. And of course, if you don't break it right, it'll start being a jerk at you. I don't know. If if it wants to. Sometimes it wants to be a jerk, but that's fine. We can just hide the problem behind something else. But again, it's very easy to just see straight across. What if you can't? And what I'm thinking is, so like I kind of want to put a fountain in here. Well, great. And we've got water just pooling out from, well, nowhere. And we have water for a lot of these things. So we'll take the water spouts. And go down to water. Is let's take a pattern shape. There we go. Put it onto the 400 lower. Get a circle. Sort of find the corner of it. Good. Take the opacity, which is the A, drop it down a good chunk. Doesn't come out perfect, you can always make it darker. And we are going to mess with this. Grab one of the ripples. 400 to put over top of it. I think the only other thing you want to do is fountain drain seal. Very small. Put it on the 300 layer. Just put it right in the center here. And there's some other things we can do to make that look perfect, but There you go. Actually, I think that's really dope. I really like the idea. So we're going to make this a thing. So gotta do the same thing 3 times in a row. Step 140. So we'll fill in all 3 with the water first, and then do the rest of it. 400 there, perfect. These are just rough. That was probably the best one. Of course, they get better with time. Just want to sort of put them on the edge of the bowl. If it's not big enough, that's sort of what this is for. Resize it a little bit. And drain right in the center. It's under everything else, so like nobody will really see it. But we all know how these things work, so let's make sure we got them working properly. Go down to water. Ripples. Big one. We put this on the 400 layer. Grab the center of the water and just sort of make it big. Really aiming for the middle of the drain. That's where the water is shooting out at. Yeah, we're going to bring those to front as well. I'll make this 0.5 on that one. I'm going to bring this back up to like 1 just because it's a little bit easier to see. You just go to the quadrants as best you can. Round it. Yeah, that one artifacted, so that just means the the width is too big. If it starts to artifact, that means that it's tripping over itself. So just shift it down a bit. See if this does it. No, this looks great. Yes, saving. We have saved. Saved has happened. Luckily, this auto saves, but yes, thank you, thank you. We're bringing back the memories of all that work we lost. Pour one out for all of us old heads who've lost work from not having autosave. So water pouring into the ether, which I think is pretty dope. And also gives them a different weird level of, hey, I can throw somebody into the abyss from the middle of the stage. Should be kind of cool. So you have something that can knock somebody back 10 feet from here. Like, come on, that's just cool. But also you have to navigate correctly. I think, generally speaking, we're in good spots. I think now it's just a lot of shadows and finish up. We'll do the easy shadows first, and then do the. We'll do a couple tricky shadows just so I can show you. So, okay. A lot of these, yet again, we're leaving this sort of out. Into the ether, you can get thrown off on these edges. But we will sort of coast edges of this here. I'm very cautious to try to make sure I don't I'm not like skipping over stuff, so you can see these small gaps, trying to get as much out as we can. Hence why so many clicks. level. 400. Let's start out here. Oops, sorry, I went 400 down and 400 up. Now, this brown cliff is on the 400 level as well. So you have to be careful when you place these. So the best way to do it is aim for either the edge or right where like the cliff face is, not the cliff edge, not the bottom of the cliff, but right in the cliff face, and that'll get a good chunk of what you're looking for. It's just so that, yet again, you don't miss any spots, but you'll also get the general gist of what you're going for. Unfortunately, I missed the spot, so I'm just gonna redo it. For stuff like this, I'm gonna keep the 60, but we're gonna probably make it a little bit smaller. We'll see. Oh, that's way too low. Okay, so that needs to be like 300. Let's check all our paths, make sure they're on the same right layer. Save. And these we do have to like grow, shrink. That's 300 under. Yeah, so that gives you the look we're going for. What I'm gonna do is take this shadow path A of 60. And we're going to over these. Actually, I'm gonna bring this up to 400. Same with this one. So when we put this path in here on 300 over, 40. What we're going to do is it's a little bit too big. 2. Yeah, there we go. That sort of gives, and we can make it square if we don't have to shrink it. Sort of shows the actual elevation change. All of this is just show, don't tell. Your players will figure it out, but yeah, that's actually look better. Clear delineations of like elevation to what's going on. And I'm seeing some artifacting from this guy. Just test it. Gotcha. So I figured out what's wrong. I had turned off the so for vertical cliff I had turned off the smoothness, so it made those corners look really crappy. So we're just gonna fix it. Luckily, we know where we're starting and ending, so. Yeah. we go. Now we're back to normal. Fade in, start about here. Onto it. If you're wondering why I don't go all the way to the edge, it's just so I can make I don't always have to go to the edge to give that sense of depth, you know? But with that, we've made these look, these ridges look more bulky. What we can do. Objects. That's on 400, right? So what we're going to need to do. This flagstone. Let's try to find dirt. Fade in. See, I realized for these it's a little tricky because how to show the steps have actual depth with respect to the ground that it's on. Sometimes just putting a different edge on it. And all you have to do is just have it follow the actual terrain that you have it set on. And then have it fade into it, so. And then on that 700 under, well, let me do the same on the other side. So transition out. So we're going to start on this side. So overlapping the edge. And you can have it fade in, it's okay. Yeah. Yeah, there you go. So now this looks like these are descending steps. Here's tip shot back A. And move none under. Shrink, start there. Boom. And that's how you make steps. You sort of go from A, you have to do grow to none, none to grow. If you're growing, it's wherever you start, that it's, i.e. the bottom of the steps that are going to be under shadow. And you go to none at the top. But since it's a little overhang, you got some. So, and then just shows that people are descending the steps. So that's how you get your shadows to do the thing you want them to do. And you do the same thing for these steps as well. Just these are a little trickier. You have to remember one. These are on 400. I think these steps themselves are on 3. So you put them on the 400 layer, get the half, and I was incorrect. So now we should be good. So when you have stairs that you can see the tops and bottom of both sides, you do a sort of grow to shrink, and you trace the bottoms and the top. Yet again, why you have these bollards here, so you can trace one to the other, and then if you want, you take the shadow path F20. Then go across the bottom. So that's the darker side, is the bottom of the steps. So A have 60, grow shrink. Yeah. And go from point to point. Point to point. Your big have 40. Point to point. Yeah, 40. Good. Point. There you go. First, that's objects. Hey, we are in the right layer. AF40 or AF60, sorry. Point to point. Point to point. because of the way you draw it, what you can do is always fade. Grow to fade out here along the edge. Wherever the edge of the cliff is, you can do something like that to show where, if it's not embedded within it. If it is, you can show us a slightly steeper one or less steep. And you sort of customize it to the edge, so it's like sometimes it'll be all the way up, sometimes it won't. That's okay. Majority of the things have your are shaded. So I think I'm just gonna throw. I'm gonna save. I'm gonna hit some long shadows on these pillars, just to make them stand out. Hit a short shadow on this, so that we can. Yeah, there's so much cool stuff you can do with shadows. And shadows really do turn this from a flat map to something that you're actually standing on. And as you saw just from me putting in a little shadow path, a couple of shadows here turn this from a flat plane to raised boxes, and shadows will change how your map looks completely. Literally just adding little crevice shadows turn this into more of a steeper cliff. Taking this to 0.5 ish. If you do grow to shrink, and this is actually something I'm going to do. Right along the edge of this entire I'll try to do it on the edge, see if we can see it. Cause this looks good. Yo, Fortnite, what's good? We are making a map. This is a arena battle map. We're winding down. This is based off our one that we've done previously. You can catch all of our previous stuff over on YouTube. But on a previous map, now we're putting in a bunch of the final details, making stuff look cool. But for shadows, and we were briefly discussing shadows and how shadows will make any map look dope. But putting, sorry, we don't need to shrink it any, no. Right here along the edge, just putting this double shadow along the edge turns this from looking kind of flat to actually looking rounded. And you didn't really notice it until you put the shadow on it. I'm currently using Dungeon Draft. Incarnate also has shadows. Some of them they're built in. If you want, a good way to do shadows in Incarnate is to get the freehand like path tool, turn it black, bring the opacity down a lot, or you can start with it on and then just like sort of color over the edges that you need, and then once you've colored that blotch, and bring the opacity down. I use Incarnate a lot as well, so no worries. This is currently Dungeon Draft. Dungeon Draft works a little bit better for certain battle map types for me. Depending on what I'm doing, I may do some Incarnate stuff. We actually made all of our world maps and regional maps we've done in Incarnate, because it's such a good system for that. But again, I was saying that just a shadow along the edge of this other path right here, right? It turns this from what is kind of flat, cool, but kind of flat, into something that actually looks round. Right. As you zoom in, as you get closer, you can see the roundness of these things, which is why I really like it. And I may be able to make it a little bit bigger. I mean, making it bigger just makes it a little bit easier to don't have to be so on point with this. Because I'm using the double-sided shadow. And sort of just tracing that dark edge there. So that keeps the center of it kind of dark, or that outer edge kind of dark. With that, this now looks like something you could fall off. Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, for those who don't know, I have been, I'm part of the Castleton cast, and have been cast as, well, catch up, but you'll find that I am Wrath, the demigod of Wrath. And it's been fun, yo. It's good, y'all. It's good. The intrigue is intriguing. It has been an absolute blast to play that character and bring them to life. Shout outs to AJ for allowing me to do that. It's been very, very cool. Very, very cool. And I'm digging it. So thank you, Fortnite. It's been a lot of fun. If you are in the area, if you are going to MagFest, again, for everyone out there, if you're going to MagFest this weekend, Obsidian Brews will be there. We have a panel at 7 p.m. on Saturday in, I think, the Riverview Ballroom, panel room 1. So keep an eye out for us. If you're going to be at MagFest, it'd be awesome to see you. Other than that, we'll just be roaming around having fun. So come say hi. And we'll also be at other cons. We're working on trying to get to other cons throughout the year. We will keep you posted. If you want to see us in person. So here's what I'm gonna do. I had an idea. This came from Sphinx. It's making these pillars here, like massive. So I'm gonna grab a bunch of regular drop shadows first, and just sort of drop shadow circles around everything. So It's kind of big. I'm gonna drop it to 1.1 and put like on 100 layer, just put shadows around all of these pillars right here, right? So let me do that first. Luckily, these are all snapped, so I don't have to do much. Now I'm also going to put this here, this guy here, this guy here, this guy here. Okay. Now, what we're going to do is technically we're going to put a light source. We're going to shrink it down a little bit. We made that pink, so we're going to make this a nice little deep pink light over here. More pink, but deeper. Yeah. Put that there. Put that there. This one's lighter. More I gave that a funky color, so I'm gonna go with the purple. No, it blends too much in with that. We'll go light blue then. On the other end of the spectrum for pink. And we're gonna give these deep red ones. Actually, no, we won't turn those on yet. We'll let that be a surprise for everyone else. The blue, though, yeah, keep it blue. I'm gonna bring the intensity up here. So give the whole middle of the area a blue tint. And with that, what we're gonna do is take, I think I mentioned this before, I'm gonna take this path tool, and for this massive pillar here, we're gonna turn this up to like 3 and go from here gonna go here and a bit bigger. These massive pillars. This will show one that the light's reflecting in. Exactly, this other one. Actually, I may need guides. That's okay. We need guide. We find the guide. To do, you snap to one, snap to the other. Right. And so we're going to use these as guides for how the shadows are going to fall. And you try to get as close as you can. If it works, great. If it doesn't, that's fine. Some of this stuff your players aren't even going to notice. So, this one. There you go. So from here. So, hit again, 400 layer, max width. I'm going to try to line this up. Oops. All I'm doing is just putting in a small line, trying to follow our lines, just a small line across these pillars. Trying to capture the general direction of where we're going. And go back, grab the paths. The program is telling me it's about that time. That, I think I'm gonna just finish this up with a couple small shadows underneath statues. And one last path. I'm gonna bring back down to 1.5. Technically it's 4, but here. Last one. And I think that just about does it. New battleground has arisen. Some massive pillars. I can adjust those a little later. Sort of flare out a little bit. With a different type of capturing of the flag that's required. Yeah, we're not. Yeah, this was a blank screen when we first started. I just have a bit of a sketch. I do try to come with a sketch sometimes if I get them. But yeah, went from blank canvas to full map. Yes, and about 3.5. I think we did pretty good. Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. This is fun for me. I really like making maps, and especially coming up with cool ideas to entertain my friends with. And just cool little, like, you guys come up with cool ideas, so it makes it really fun while I'm building these to go, oh, that's a dope idea. I'm gonna use that. So like just realizing that all of these need to move out a little bit just to show the spread of a shadow. Where is it here? Just the spread. Like, this light's weird, and not gonna lie, I really like physics, so making sure things make sense physically is always fun for me. But yeah, I think this works. The only thing I would probably do, yeah, I'm gonna do it real quick so you can sort of see it. We do have, if I could find them, like shadows. Did I put all my Tom Carto stuff in? There's so many different things that I can choose from, so it's kind of hard to find them. And patterns are the only things you can't search, which makes no sense. They got to put that in Dungeon Draft. I've got to be able to search for my patterns. But some of them they actually have shadows if they would just give it to me. If not, we'll path it in. There we go. Nope, just have, there we go. What you can do is go like below ground. And just make this darker. Just in this area, just so it's clear that if I were to change the background to a lighter color, instead of space A7, which is very dark, even though I change it to rocky floor, you could see that this is darker now. It's a deeper trek in. I do like the space 7, but what you can always do to sort of give the illusions. This is the actual last little bits. One of the great things about what they do for this, like in Dungeon Draft, is having different brushes that you can use for terrain. So keeping all of these were patterns that we put down in place. It's like putting a piece of paper down with the drawing on it. The terrain brush turns everything in the background that color. And that's the top one. But as you see, there are 4 of them. What I can do is grab like the second one and put little, like, turn the brush size down like 1 and put like galaxies out there, right? You can put little, if you take the intensity up, you can just put like a streak of something there, like red streaks or whatever. And it makes it really fun to paint the sky if you're doing, using this purple, right? I can paint the sky in the middle of here purple, or deeper purple. And sort of give this patchwork of stuff coming in. So it makes a lot of fun that you can do some cool things with it. Just so you're aware. I don't know if I'm going to keep it. think I'm gonna just keep a lot of this the same overall, so people have a clearer vision. But actually, there we go. And yet again, one thing, another cool thing, you can just click and get splotches. So this is something I do suggest doing, like little clicks here and there. Just get little splots of color. And see, it's not enough to be noticeable if you do it sparingly. And it's like making clouds. And if it starts looking funky, just pull it. And just sort of go around. Go in the sky with little patches of stuff. Well, it's not all monotonistic, it just got some patches here and there. I think this one will. Now it makes more sense to make this all the same color. Yeah, so this, it gives more motion to whatever's going on. Another random idea. Last idea. I'll try to make this more purple. Deep color, our shallow color is going to also be a deep blue. We are going to make this relatively transparent. Disable the border, give me a shape. Yeah, I need this shallow color to be more transparent. Yeah, you can create water effects. I'm gonna undo that, but I'm gonna do it. I have to get really close in, so. Turn on snap. Just the edges. And yeah, that's why you don't want them. Yeah, trying to make this a little darker. Now I can make it darker. Alt. And then we'll try to. I'll get the right look, but you can create water effects to sort of make this look. Water's drifting into nothing. It's not perfect, so we'll leave it out. That looks kind of cool. I don't know if it's there or not. But yeah, I think we're good. I think we're pretty good here. Yeah. Yeah, I think this looks pretty dope. The arena round 2 has been created, and honestly, thanks to you guys. This was... See, Sphinx, you got it. You said that it's gonna be some sort of effigy to the whoever created this place, and I'm like, what would be more like disrespectful than a fountain to nothing? I'm like, we need water somewhere, but just going to nowhere? Yeah, let's do that. That seems cool. Oh yeah, also, this popped into my head. As we have shadows everywhere, you can use these shadow patterns. I think this is below water, right? If you use them sparingly, which I will every so often, like here. Here. It gives a little bit of wear, like certain ones are a little bit more pressed in than others. Different places to step. It's like, oh, you should probably watch your step right there. I forgot which place I learned this from, but it makes it really cool. You can make some really cool effects with this. Especially places like right next to that people would definitely step on all the time. And all you're doing is just going over what's there with this little extra. You could do the same thing with paths, similar to what we did before. If you wanted to, water. If you want to show something sort of tilted, we'll use one like here. So it's just a little bit more pressed in than the others. So yeah, it's just cool things. Now, yet again, it just breaks up the pattern, the monotony of looking at the same gray all over the place. Now we have a bunch of, it's a couple of different colors, just looks a little different now, right? Just from that one little change of and if you're running this as a with people or trying to create from this, you can make those spots something. It's up to you. Yeah, now it's not so gray. Right, it's got some tone to it, got some life to it. Yeah, this will do. Cool. So with that, I think we're good, guys. Y'all, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you for hanging out and watching. Oh, I found one thing. I always find the last thing while we're talking. I'll do it while I'm doing the outros. It's been an absolute pleasure. I really do appreciate you guys hanging out and chilling. I hope you guys enjoyed this. This was fun for me. And I hope this is fun for you. I hope this inspires you to go out and make some maps. As always, take care of yourselves Thank you for watching. We appreciate you. Uh, Again, if you're around MagFest, come check us out. We're in the guidebook if you want to find us under Obsidian Brews. Keep your eyes out for the Apochromatic Black History Month event. Gonna be dope. Got a couple of us from Obsidian Brews helping out, myself included. You'll see us around on the internets and join the Discords, hang out with us. I think that is gonna be it. We appreciate you. We love you. There's nothing you can do about it. Have a good one, adventurers. Later.
For real.